Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and yet another video. So, not music related today, but as part of me trying to put out different kinds of content for you people to watch and hopefully enjoy, I thought that I could actually comment on this one and still kind of react to the news that's coming in, because it is still news, it is still technically a reaction. It's my reaction to what's happening. Now, some of you will, some of you won't know, I actually do work in the gaming industry. I work in QA. No longer a tester, slightly higher than that, but I'm not going to go into details as to what I actually do or name the company I work for, because that could get me into the doo-doos. But anyway, today we are talking about none other than the current scandal with Mr. Dr. Disrespect. If you're into games, if you're into streamers and watching streams, whether that be Twitch or YouTube, Kick, wherever, you probably will have heard this guy's name at some point in time. He is huge. One of the biggest streamers, probably was one of the biggest streamers in the world at one point. You've probably seen all the news and stuff that's been coming out, but we will go from the top. So, banned in 2020 from Twitch for allegedly at this moment in time, messaging a minor in 2017. Now, this has only just come to light. No one actually knew what Doc was banned for on Twitch, and again, this is a hard one to fact check. It's a hard one to go and find different details, and it's a hard one to nail down the truth. You will see as we go throughout this video, there's a lot of can talk about, potentially can't talk about. Not from my perspective, just from the people's mouths themselves. So, it's an alleged Twitch employee that has blown the lid on this. I've read on numerous sites that it's someone that personally just does not like Doc. It could be someone that's had a kind of a relationship fallout or something about that within the past. But Doc has ultimately now admitted it in a tweet, and the tweet I will read out in full and probably put it on the side of the screen or something, or wherever at this side, when we get to it. But yeah, banned in 2020. Now, this is where it gets interesting and intriguing for me, because if it was true that Doc had been messaging a minor and it was known at that time, there was a legal case that followed. Doc actually took Twitch to court and won. The contract was paid out in full, probably millions, God knows how much, because he was the face of the platform basically back then. If that was the case, that there was inappropriate messages being sent and Twitch could access them, in which the original tweet from the apparent Twitch employee says that he'd be in breach, they would not have to pay him out. This is what makes it interesting, and I want to state this now officially. I am 100% not defending this man at all. I was a Twitch subscriber back in the day. I was, up until a couple of days ago, a YouTube member and a subscriber of Dr. Disrespect. Yes, I was in the Mustache Club and the Slick Daddy Club. I am no longer a part of it. Again, like I said, as someone who works professionally within the gaming industry and just someone who has morals and what I personally stand for, until there's more evidence or until something comes out or the messages themselves are released, because they haven't been released. Usually something as high profile as this, everything is everywhere within minutes. The messages, the evidence, blah, blah, blah. And they haven't been released. Apparently Twitch can see them in a plain text format, which I imagine is something like a notepad kind of form on Windows. But anyway, it's been tweeted out there. Doc himself has took an extended vacation. He had one coming up anyway. He said he was having a planned holiday, and he decided to extend that immediately at the end of his stream a few nights ago. But anyway, there is a tweet from Doc, and this was kind of the final straw for me. It kind of made my heart sink. I'm not going to lie. But it says, "Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me." It's true. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. Now that I can be upfront about, whether or not he's referencing games he's working on and can't talk about, or NDAs and things like that, that I'd understand. Other things, no. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologise to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Again, we'll move into them in a minute, because they also have parted ways with Doc now. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Again, I can't believe that, because there was an email or something that came through as he was live on YouTube, and that was them basically saying, fuck off, we're parting ways. Our team was full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and had never want to jeopardise the culture which we've carefully crafted. I mean, again, culture and everything in the gaming industry. You can't have bad apples. You really can't. When the toxicity starts, when someone does something, it spreads. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for the reasons outside of my control. See, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. This implies to me that he's been told to shut up and it's legal. They've gone, don't say a word, here's your money, piss off. Now, the 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations. I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. So Doc is saying that they are actually employees. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. So he said yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband and a father. It should never have happened. I get it, I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. That was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone, which I can agree with. I'm no fucking predator or paedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on all those things with those types of people. So fuck that. There's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labelling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologise. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you've always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight lifted off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. That's what we said. That was the official statement from Doc. Now, as the man says, people have started putting the accusations out there, so he's now allowed to actually have his own say. The fact that he said the messages were even a thing, it's a tough one, man. It really is. This is someone that I really did respect. No pun intended. Amazing gamer. Funny as fuck. Great content creator. Great entertainer. And really, really funny overall guy. And it just seems lately that anyone that you kind of look up to, that you kind of not so much treat and look up to as a hero, but someone that you can kind of try and take inspiration from, and someone who moves in the same circles. You know, we're all content creators regardless of the size of our following, and everyone started at the same point in one point in time. But for him to basically say and admit in black and white that there were messages and they did lean, what does that mean? They did lean sometimes to being inappropriate. Now, like I say, it's so hard to fact check this. There's multiple ages going around. The age that seems to have stuck is 17. Either way you look at this, it's still inappropriate. It really is. That person is underage. You've got to be 18 plus. Simple as. And even then, you still probably shouldn't speak to fans, followers, subscribers, whatever it is, in that way at all. Dude, you're fucking married. You've got a wife. A very, very attractive wife. And a kid. It's such a shame. It really is. You know, I did look up to this guy. I did have respect for him. I've paid monthly to watch him. You know, it was one of my kind of go-to chill places. It's like, Doc's live, let's go and chill for a few hours and watch him. Especially when he was live with Tim. Comedy gold, man. Just absolute comedy gold. you know, and it just seems that these fucking people get all the money in the world and then want the one thing that they're not allowed. That's what it seems to be. That's this kind of... He's got all the money in the world, can have anything that he wants, rather talk to fucking kids. It does not compute. The same way as I was saying the other day with the Ian Watkins video. It is just absolutely insane. So, obviously, there's been some serious repercussions as a result. Turtle Beach, main sponsor, have dropped him. Midnight Society, who again, he says they mutually decided to part ways, but I've watched the video over and over again. The email comes through, he checks it, it's basically them saying, we're parting ways, that's it, game over. And his whole demeanour changes, his whole kind of mood drops, he ends the stream not long after it. It's now come out that Rogue Company, that make a game that does have a Dr. Disrespect pack in there, are offering $40 refunds for anyone who's bought the Dr. Disrespect bundle. Basically comes with a map of his choice, and obviously the Dr. Disrespect skin. They're having to refund it now, so it's costing them money. Of course, fellow other streamers have spoken out. Nick Merckx obviously come out. He's played with Doc a few times and said that he can't support that. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to know anything about it. Tim the Tatman, who I really do feel for because they were close. They were real good friends. He's basically said if this is true, which it seems to be is the case now, he can't support that at all. I seen his video he posted the other day when he came back, and he was just like, it's been a hard week. It really has. And, you can see the effect it's had on the man. It's not fair. Shroud has obviously spoken out. Shroud being ex-Counter-Strike Pro player. Probably, again, one of the biggest names on Twitch to this day still. He actually said he hasn't spoken to Doc since Twitch banned him in 2020. He seems to know a little bit more about what's going on, but was very cautious about what he said about it. So, up to now, Doc has took a vacation. He's hemorrhaging subscribers like crazy. I think up to now on Social Blade, it's like 90,000 loss the last week alone. He's still above 4 million, but I can't see it being for much longer. And yeah, it is sad. It's just such a fucking shame because he was so good at what he did, and I can't agree with it. I really can't. I work in the industry in which he was obviously a part of. He had his own games company. I'm a gamer myself. That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but I can't, in my right mind, with the morals that I have and with what I stand for, support someone. Whether or not it's true or not, he's admitted it on Twitter. He's admitted they were underage. He's admitted that it leaned in the direction of being inappropriate. Fuck knows what that means. It should never even pop into your mind. Inappropriate messages to someone underage should never even be a little dot on a radar. I'm all for messaging fans, subscribers, followers, and things like that. Fuck, I reply to comments all the time. I've got a Discord server. I would never in a million years, ever, even for people over age, you just don't do it. Simple as. I'm an engaged man. Like, I have a fiance. I would never in a million years ever entertain anything like that. It should be a line. And I know I am very, very open with my subscribers and my followers, and I absolutely adore each and every one of you people. And I do always say it's like an extended family. But there's a difference between meeting someone, having a drink, having a chat, thanking them for watching, thanking them for the support, and then sending them kinds of messages. It's two different worlds that they should never meet. And especially if they're underage. Like, no. Seriously, no. Bad news. But I've cut all support. The one thing that I kind of think it needs to happen now, if they've come out and put it on Twitch that he was messaging a minor, I think the messages need to be put out there as well. Conceal the person's name, username, not got an issue with that at all. But I think the world needs to see, because it's too much of a stuck behind, can't say this, legal battle, can't say that, probably NDA, legal case. If that's the case, you're probably never going to see them because they've probably been buried in legal kind of things. But I think people deserve the right to know at this moment in time. I really do. I'm sad. I'm shocked. I'm seriously pissed with the whole situation. You know, I really did enjoy watching the guy's content, and it now just seems wrong. Even watching the replays and things like that, you've seen the effect it's had on fellow streamers, and yeah, it's kind of my stance on it. I can't be seen. I really can't be seen to still be a fan of this person. Um, I am one of the people that believes in innocent until proven guilty, not the internet's way of doing things of guilty until proven innocent. If it all came out tomorrow, hypothetically, that this was just some massive ploy to get rid of him, and they weren't inappropriate, and he started streaming again, and it was physically proven, and you know, he comes back and sues like fuck, there's the potential to, you know, rebuild that bridge, but right now, I can't. I really can't. I can't in the right mind do it. There's something that even when I see, because he's all over the place at the minute. He's on short and everything. He keeps on popping up. It's like YouTube had demonetized him temporarily, but are firing out his content everywhere, because YouTube will still earn on it. But it just feels wrong watching it, man. It really does. And yeah, it sucks. It does. It's shit. I'm not lying when I say I looked up to the guy. He was a phenomenal kind of inspiration. But yeah, it's the internet, man. And if he has done that, if it is true, I mean, you know, he's admitted to doing it, and it's a tough one. The messages need to come out. Any other story, anything else that happens in the news, the proof is there. This is just not adding up. I'm not saying he didn't do it. 100% not saying that whatsoever. It just seems to be we're only getting so much of the story. There's only a little bit, and he's getting slammed, but there's not a full picture. You know, if people are going to come out and accuse him of doing this, the proof needs to come out next. Twitch needs to turn around and go, okay, there it is. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But my stance, before we end this video, my stance is I've well and truly distanced. I've unfollowed, I've unsubscribed, I've cancelled my membership, and yeah, it's shit, man. It really is. But I will leave it there. Let me know what you have your thoughts on. Was you a fan? Was you a watcher, a viewer, subscriber, whatever of Doc? Yeah, it just seems to be now the fucking people get massive and famous, and all he wants is kids, and it's like, fuck no. I don't know, people. I will leave it there, though. Thank you very much for watching, as always. You know, I appreciate and love the shit out of you guys. And yeah, I will see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.